Good afternoon to you. Good results from African Bank. What happened?
This time around, I bring you good news, Stephen. Indeed, a positive result from African Bank. Their profits have more than doubled in their first half year to end in March. CEO Kennedy Bungane joins us now to unpack this performance. Thank you so much for your time, Kennedy. Now, profits have risen by 145%. That's to 372 million rand. What are the main contributors this time around?
Thank you for having us, Tumisang. We really are chuffed by this performance. It is a part of evidence, really, that our Accelerate 25 strategy, which is meant to really help us build a customer-centric, data and digital-enabled business that is diversified, that strategy is actually working for us. The lead contributors for us was a much higher credit sales performance in the period, together with over 76% uptake in our My World Bank transactional banking account. And of course, this is quite a milestone for a bank that is moving from just relying on lending to build a fully fledged retail and business bank.
Kennedy, we also saw that gross loans were up 11%. What does this tangibly mean and translate into where the bank's performance is concerned in line with its client base?
Well, this is really planned, Tumisang. We were quite clear when we set out this strategy that between 2021 and 2025, we needed to strengthen the core of our business. We needed to make sure that we deploy digitization in our end-to-end customer journeys so that we can get lending up again from the lows of the last 2 years of COVID. And this lending uptick is followed by a general increase in all of the new products that we are bringing as we seek to diversify not just our revenue pool, but also de-risk the bank going forward.
It is also noted that the group's credit loss ratio, which is essentially a measure of risk of the loan book, declining there by 4.6% from the 6.1% that was previously recorded. Talk us through this development.
I'm quite chuffed about that as well, because it does give a clear indication that whilst we are increasing our credit sales or increasing our uptake in all of our product ranges, we have not gone lax on credit scoring. If anything, we are succeeding to get a better risk graded customers through the door and keeping them well. This is part of the plan that we announced when we came in last year, that we needed to move from a bank over-reliant on just unsecured lending and get into a better participation, a fair share of our customer wallets that do not necessarily bring on unbearable risk, credit risk onto the balance sheet. So that ratio actually attests that we're doing something right there.
Do also tell us about the bank's near-term outlook, especially given the current dynamics of an economic bounce back from COVID-19, the rising inflation, as well as continued hikes in the interest rates.
That's a very good question, Tumisang, because these results at over 145% in profit uplift gives us the confidence that our direction of travel in building a diversified bank, a bank of the people, for the people, serving the underserved, is actually on track to be delivered by this management team. There are emerging risks, particularly driven by food inflation and transport inflation, all consequences really of the Ukraine-Russia situation. But we are prepared for them. We've provisioned them for them well, and we're ready to back ourselves and back our customers to the rest of this year.
Lastly, analysts have indicated that African Bank has come a long way from previous and recent challenges. What's your response to maybe even asking you to take us into your confidence about any new plans that you are planning to get your fingers into, especially when expansion is concerned?
Well, these results are good in that they give us the confidence to continue to not just having a strengthened the core of the business that we have today, largely around credit sales and transactional banking. But it gives us the confidence to then expand the business into new asset classes and to new customer bases. I'm keen for the bank to back itself in getting into that middle of the pyramid business banking niche. We've got too many SMEs, we've got too many entrepreneurs, we've got too many medium-sized businesses in South Africa today that are underserved. And we think this is a space that a bank that was founded by black businessmen and women in 1964 to go back and serve those businessmen and women and address the very clear needs that they have from their financial partners, from their financial backers. African Bank is geared to grow into that business banking space, and I hope to do that in the near future.
On that positive note, I must thank you for your input, African Bank CEO Kennedy Bungane, talking